Today we are removing all the door frames out of the doorways. Why, you might ask? Because my wife wants archways installed. So we're going to take a utility knife and cut off the sides of the frames just to remove any paint or adhesives that might be keeping the frame together. Then we'll grab a hammer and a crowbar and just pry between the wood and the wall. It helps if you use the face of the hammer instead of the claw end. That's what I learned today, that the correct end of a hammer is called the face, and the back end is the claw. Once you've already tapped out the nails enough, you could use some leverage and pull out the frame. So it's usually easier than what you see here, but it got stuck behind the kitchen countertop. They nailed it on there too, so it was a little hard for me to get this part off. But everything else came out relatively easy once I got the nails loose. Some of this siding was nailed directly onto the frame with no spacers, no shims. So I just loosened it a little bit and then cut it in half. That made it a hell of a lot easier to pull it out. That's what's funny about this whole thing is it took me a weekend to get this done, and it's going to be condensed into 2 minutes. I was tired. It was a lot of work to do alone, and I needed some motivation, so I had my baby watch me as I cut the archways. And don't worry, he wasn't here for any of the demo when there was dust. Just came to give me a little motivation, and look at that smile. How could you not be motivated? Look at them toes. So after I marked the archway panels, I cut them out, marked them again with the same ones that I just cut out, and I just kept cutting it. I don't know if that makes sense, whatever. 2x4s, cut them to the width of the studs, screwed those in, screwed the panels into the studs. Truth be told, when I first started taking apart the door frame in my own house and the plaster's coming out, some of the paint's chipping out, making a mess on the floor, it feels wrong, but once everything comes together, it feels right. I did the same thing on the other side, and I was getting excited because things were starting to come together. This is what it looked like at the very end. 2 doors, 2 archways. Very exciting. I actually did 3 doors, but I'm going to use that for another video. But take a look, guys.